This is ScreenView with Peter Van, Amy Morgan, and John Denny. Fan us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at ScreenView Show, and join in on the conversation on Google+.
Hello and welcome to ScreenView episode 33, August 31st, 2012. I am your host, Peter Van, and of course I am with a bunch of clowns, Amy Morgan and John Denny.
I'm scared of clowns.
Well, that's why it's because you saw it when you were like 4.
That's true.
I saw it, by the way, and it was not as scary as I was expecting.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I saw it.
Adult when you saw
As
it.
a 27-year-old man. Why are you afraid of clowns? What are you guys talking about?
No, I saw Poltergeist when I was 8 or 7 or whatever age I was at the time, and that's what scared me of clowns. It wasn't it. It wasn't Tim Curry. It was that freaking clown that grabs the kid and tries to pull him underneath the bed at, crap.
There you go. You should watch Poltergeist.
No. I'll watch
Coach
that
is in it.
I'll watch that when I'm
Nelson.
35.
35.
With my kids.
Craig T. Nelson. How scary could it be? Coach.
Yeah. Oh, no, really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, now I have to watch it. I'll watch it with my kids, and then they'll be scared of clowns for the rest of their life.
I had
They'll
nightmares.
come to you for comfort, and you'll be scared, too.
That's true.
I'm not kidding. I would wet myself in the bed because I was so scared to get out of it because I thought some clown is going to come out and grab me. I had little clowns when I was a kid. My mom made these clowns that were up on the wall. So it was like, I hated that thing after that movie.
God.
I eventually pulled it off and stuck it in the farthest reach of my closet as I possibly could. And I made sure every single time I went to bed that closet was closed. But get this, after 2 months of being freaked out after that movie, I have never been scared of a movie since, except when I watched The Grudge, and I was like, that's too freaky. That freaked me.
Yeah.
But other than that, I've never been scared again in my life. I got it out of my system after 2 months.
Well, that's good.
So,
That's
The
always
Grudge.
The Grudge.
it's a good lesson for a kid to learn. But that does not mean that you go torture your kids over it.
Too late.
He'll never be able to because he can't watch it himself.
I already made a plan. I'm sticking to it.
I'm going to scare everyone in my family,
Exactly.
Darn it.
including me.
Especially the children.
Yeah, my mom asked me, so do you want these clowns for your kids when they were babies? I was like, no.
Okay.
Absolutely not. I'm not going to scare my kids into hating clowns. No way.
What are you talking about? They're going to get scared of the clowns there on their own. Clowns are weird.
She asked all my brothers if they wanted to. They're like, no. I was like, absolutely no. She's like, I don't understand why you guys don't like these. I was like, Mom, no.
Scary stuff. Well, speaking of clowns, The Expendables 2 won the box office weekend.
Awesome.
I don't know if you guys, by any chance, had a chance to watch any of this movie, but
Yep.
it is just filled with one-liners, and it's pretty awesome, actually.
I'll see it eventually.
Yeah, it was
I
good.
think-
I mean, it was like, they're none of them take themselves seriously, and that's just the way it should be, because when you're 40 or 50, you may as well just stop taking yourself seriously. So,
Yeah.
but that movie won the box office with only $13 million, so it was a very slow weekend for sure.
Yeah.
Second was The Bourne Legacy, Paranorman, The Campaign, The Dark Knight Rises, which has so far made $422 million domestically, and on a $250 million budget. It seems like our show notes have crept out, so no clicking on links. But I don't remember how much it made worldwide, but probably a lot. Probably a crap ton.
That's a good guess.
Yeah.
Probably more than it made domestically.
It has made so far $959.8 million
Total?
total worldwide. So it's made 535 foreign, 424 domestic, So it's almost $1 billion franchise. So
Almost.
holy crap. And then number 6, Odd Life of Timothy Green. Number 7, 2016 Obama's America. I almost said America's America, but I meant Obama's America, which is kind of crazy.
Is this a documentary?
Unbelievable.
It is a scare-you-mentary, which is essentially like, unlike what's his name, Michael Moore's things where he bases his movies sometimes off of like whatever. This is they just it's like a what if kind of movie. What if Obama was elected again? We would all be dead.
Oh, gag.
I think that's how the movie ends.
Really?
I think it's like a 10-minute movie, and it's like
it's a fictional movie, right?
We're all dead. Something like that.
10-minute movie.
No.
A 10-minute movie? No. What?
I don't know. What else are you gonna? How hypothetical can you get? Like. I don't know.
Every movie is hypothetical.
I mean, yeah. I guess it's a dramatization of whether or not Obama like.
Who plays Obama then?
I think it's stitched through regular stuff.
That's they plagiarize all the pictures they could of him just to get him on their movie.
Yeah, oddly enough, since he's the president, he actually can't sue them for property.
Wow.
Yeah. Public, all images of him are public.
Public
He can't sue them for slander?
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, so this is what the movie does. Obama's America takes audiences on a gripping visual journey into the heart of the world's most powerful office to reveal the struggle of whether one man's past will redefine America over the next 4 years. The film examines the question, if Obama wins a second term, where will we be in 2016? Across the globe and in America, people in 2008 hungered for a leader who would unite and blah, blah, blah. True to America, blah, 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 blah. What they didn't know is that Obama is a man with a past, and in powerful ways, that past defines him. Who he is, how he thinks, and what he intends to take America and the world. They can't even write a proper... Love him or hate him, you don't know him. So essentially, they're trying to talk about how he's going to... of course he's Muslim, he wasn't born in America, things like that. So, cool stuff. All the truths will come out. Yeah, so what is this?
Pass.
What?
Pass.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass too. But it's an election year. I don't want to watch any more of that stuff.
It's showing in 1,092 theaters, and it's made $6.5 million. So.
And it's ranked as. When did it come out? This last week?
No,
number 7.
7 weeks ago. So it just finally, with the Republican National Convention and stuff, I guess people decided to watch it.
Okay, so people are still watching it, and it's they've watched enough to make it rank number 7 on the movie scale.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay.
Enough to beat Joseph Gordon-Levitt's new movie Premium Rush.
I don't understand why this movie was made.
It's such a terribly named movie.
The Rush or Obama's America?
Premium Rush.
Okay. Let's move on from the yeah.
But yeah, this is a movie about Joseph Gordon-Levitt on a bike in New York.
Oh.
And it got made and nobody watched it.
That one that looks like it's like a fast. It's a speed film. It's a thriller, and it's called Premium Rush, and he's on a bike. Whoa.
And it's Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
Not only that, my beef with it is that, driving around in Philadelphia, there are so many bike messengers, and they just don't obey the traffic laws, and it's impossible to drive around safely with them around.
Right.
And it makes you so aggravated watching them that I don't want to see a movie of them breaking all the traffic laws. You know what I mean?
It'll just make the rage get worse, right?
Yeah. I have terrible road rage. And that would make me go off.
He's not kidding.
Okay, so no Premium Rush for you.
But apparently Premium Rush got 74% on the tomato meter, so you should go see it.
These are all the people that have never met delivery bicyclists.
Right.
Or they are delivery bicyclists.
Or they are. They're banding together.
It's a movie of my life.
You have to watch this movie.
I get chased by mobsters all the time.
Finally, people who drive cars understand what it's like to be on a bike. Give me a break. Stop a stop sign, stop at red lights.
And don't use your phone, because if a driver can't use his phone, now they're gonna biker.
Right.
Yep.
Number 9, Hope Springs. Tommy Lee Jones and Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
Get it on.
Interesting.
And number 10, Hit and Run, which apparently is it's a Dak Shepard movie. Apparently, just didn't get very good reviews at all.
Yeah.
It already made its money back.
Yeah. Well, it's because he didn't pay his wife anything, nor did he pay himself anything.
Ooh, slam.
Well, no, it's true.
I'm sure they both got points. So
For
they're
each
probably
other?
making money. Yeah.
Like love points or just points?
No.
I mean, like percentage money points.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so this actually the middle of the week, which was yesterday, Lawless came out, which is that Tom Hardy Shia LaBeouf movie.
Does it mean they can finally stop
Yeah.
promoting it?
What's that?
Does that mean they finally can stop promoting it? I don't know about you guys, but
the
they've been
movie,
showing
right?
commercials for it non-stop.
Oh, really? I have not
here.
seen anything for it.
Okay, I haven't seen anything. Maybe just once, but I also don't turn my TV on that often either.
Yeah, I don't watch. I haven't actually had my TV on for a while now. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I don't know.
There's
Anyway,
nothing worth watching anyhow.
Yeah, it's
My kids watch stuff. That's what we put it on for. We turn it on to play games and to watch kid shows.
you. You mean you turn it on to play games?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, the kids, if I'm not playing Fall of Cybertron, then they're playing the Wii.
But apparently, it's a good movie. 64%.
Yeah.
Apparently, you should
Doesn't
go see
look
it.
that great.
And then another
I'm
movie.
still getting over that Shia LaBeouf was in the last Transformers movie.
Yeah, but he did he did equate starring in Transformers as having a thumb up your butt or something like that. He said no, he really did say that. I didn't make that up.
No. I'm sure that he did. That's why I'm.
He's
just
like, I'm doing artsy films from now on. I'm like, all right. good luck
Ew,
with that.
gross.
Oh,
Yeah,
we'll
I'm
see
sure
how that
Lawless
goes
is an
next
artsy
year when
film.
we have another Transformers movie.
Yeah. Another movie called The Oogie Loves in the Big Balloon Adventure.
Is
Have
this
you-
a serious?
obviously, apparently you guys aren't watching TV at all, but I've seen commercials for this, and it looks like a 2-hour-long acid trip. I have no idea what this movie could possibly be about.
It's about.
You know, it kind of reminds me of. I've seen a little commercial on one of the there's this cartoon that my kids used to like to watch. It's been a while since we've seen it though. Little explorers. They have this airplane that they fly in, and they're like.
I thought you were talking about the Magic School Bus.
No. It's kind of like that, but it's not. It's
Flying a bus, Peter, not a
explorers.
plane.
Anyhow, there was this little commercial on it that has this little hand figure that's like, they have a little show that's has this little guy that has a hand, and that's the characters. He's like, he's got little eyes on his hands and all that. And so I see that, and I thought, oh, it's that guy.
Okay.
Because it had a commercial that had, like I said, it had the little hands on the eyes, and he's like,
Oh yeah. Those are
expressive and stuff like that. It's a little hand puppet, and so it's called Oogie. And so I looked at that and thought, Oogie Loves. I was like, oh, okay, so this must be some. That's why I was looking at it, going, why did Peter put this on here? I wouldn't think that would be a big one.
So.
But that's what I see that, and I think of that, so I'm going, okay, I don't get it.
So apparently, this movie is it is an acid trip, and it's marketed as an interactive film with full-bodied puppets, and the film will encourage singing and dancing along in the theater by children and their parents.
Great, that's
So
what
it's
I
for
said.
kids.
So it's for kids.
Yeah,
And,
but it's a family.
The critics' consensus on Rotten Tomatoes is 40%, and although it may serve as a passing diversion for very young viewers, the Oogie Loves fails to offer much more than several brightly colored examples of the worst stereotypes of modern children's entertainment.
Oops.
So it's got the plot holes.
Yeah.
Story doesn't stick together.
Yeah.
Falls apart in the third act.
Yeah. Why did the puppet's arm get blown off and it's back in the like?
I need to see your motivation, Oogie Loves.
Yeah. Yeah, other than being on acid. If you want an acid trip,
Multicolored.
go check out My
Yeah.
Little Pony on the hub. Oh my god.
Pinkie Pie is definitely, smoking some
They're
acid.
all
somewhere.
on crack. All of every single one of them. And then of course the
I've
third
described it as like when you watch it, it's like an overload of candy, cotton candy, and it hits your bloodstream, and you're like going.
But it's cotton candy laced with like
Acid.
PCP or something. Yeah, I mean, it's just like my god.
Of course, I still watch it. So hey, what can I say?
So the third and final mass release movie that's coming out this weekend is called The Possession, which is of course based on a true story, scary movie. And
Which one is this?
Wide
The
range of movies right there. We've got a crime drama, a family, and a horror.
yeah.
at the risk of sounding insensitive, is this the Jewish Exorcist movie? Is that The Possession, or is The Possession a different one?
It says, based on a true story, The Possession is a terrifying account of how one family must unite in order to survive the wrath of the unspeakable evil. Clyde and Stephanie set little cause for alarm when their youngest daughter, Em, becomes oddly obsessed with an antique wooden box she purchased at a yard sale.
Yeah.
So they're
This is
Jewish?
Yes. And if they need their child has been possessed, and they bring a rabbi in to clean her,
Now, when they say that
That's
this
what I
is
get.
based off of a true story, it means like maybe 2 parts, like maybe 10 seconds of it is based off of fact. The rest of it is based off of whatever Holly Weird wants to come out with.
Yeah, it's just based on whatever crap they want to talk about.
Yeah, about 2 years ago, I got hooked into this Discovery show that talks about hauntings, and like I've watched so many of these things. And then they started bringing out the movies, and one of them happened to be based off of something that I actually saw on the show that was actually documented. I went, probably about 5 minutes worth of details was part of that show. Actually was based off of the facts that they had in the show. Everything else, the whole ending, what happened, and everything was completely Holly Weird. They made up whatever. So when they say based on a true story, it's like this much of information is actually based off of it, and then everything else is just out the window.
Yeah.
So I look at that and think, oh, they're trying to scare you, so go in there going,
I don't understand why.
be skeptical.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you, right? It just makes stuff up.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so on to some movie-related stuff. It's kind of sad, and it is, not kind of, it's very sad. Last week, Tony Scott committed suicide, and that was definitely surprising. Not really. Some people filmed it apparently and are trying to shop it around.
They filmed him doing that?
Yeah, some people filmed it and then tried to shop.
I feel so sad for his family because I bet they're just like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, horrible.
Yeah.
That is terrible. That's just terrible.
Yeah. Not a lot of details about. I mean, obviously, it's the family is very devastated right now, so not a lot of information based on why it happened or what he was thinking, or he said reports say that he left some letters to his family, but no additional information about that.
Jeez.
Sometime after Labor Day, the family will announce a way to honor his career and his life and things like that. So
Wow.
yeah.
It's definitely surprising. It makes it like, I don't know, a big name director like that. I mean,
Right.
you don't expect big name people in your life to start dying when, look, I'm under 30, Peter, you're under 30, Amy, I'm not exactly sure.
I'm in
how
my
old you are.
30s, it's okay, yeah.
But like people that you've watched their movies for, basically your whole life, they're not supposed to die. That when you're at that age. I mean, I don't know. It seems weird to me. It's gonna seem weird to me, like when.
Is it because he died because he committed suicide or died?
No, just died in
would have
general.
been
I mean,
be better if he had died in a car accident or a plane crash or something,
I don't think so. I think it just seems weird to me. Like you expect I expect more movies of his to come out as long as I'm still alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just weird to me that obviously after the family or him or anything like that. It's just I've watched almost all of his movies.
Yeah.
So it's going to be weird to not have any more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially because his brother is still around as well. And
Yeah.
His brother's Ridley, right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's committed to a lot of putting out a lot of good movies as well. So it's definitely going to be interesting. It's definitely sad. So for sure. All right. Well, on to happier news. John will be really happy about this. They cast Finnick for The Hunger Games: Catching Fire. Are you happy?
Okay.
Are you happy?
I'm happy about that, I guess.
I don't know. Are you? The guy's name is Sam Claflin. He was actually in Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides.
I saw this. The romantic lead?
Yeah, was he romantically led?
I don't even know who he is.
I don't know.
I figured the romantic story was between. Oh, you know what? I know who it is.
Please enlighten us.
He's a nobody.
Oh,
did you see them?
Damn.
I mean,
It's messed up.
he was a guy who played a priest who fell in love with a mermaid. That's how I can explain
I
it.
didn't see the movie.
But to
that's
say
not
that he was a romantic
lead.
lead is it's not, because Johnny Depp is the lead, and there's a love story with him and Penelope Cruz. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
it's very misleading.
So he's a stalwart missionary in the movie. So that's not romantic lead. Anyway. But he will play Finnick, who obviously is he is a charismatic and clever, and he was in District 4, which is a fishing village, and he's an awesome dude with a spear, and he's supposed to be like a really charming guy that kind of I guess he targets cougars, I think, is what he does in the book, right? I'm not
No, well, he uses his fame to.
That's right.
Have lots and lots of relations.
Yeah, and then there's more to that, and that'll probably get revealed later.
I when I was reading the book, I pictured the guy who played Captain Awesome.
Yeah. Except for Finnick was more Irish in the book. The way they said he was a bit more Irish, the way they described him. So, but yeah, so cool stuff. Cast is coming together. They will film in November, I believe. They're starting to film very soon, or October or November, something like that. So, all right. So more Star Wars money making hordes. Episode 2 and 3 will be coming out in 3D next year. Just a long time to wait.
So if you didn't get a chance to watch them in the theater, you can watch them out, but they will be in 3D.
If you didn't get the chance to watch them in the theater, you lucked out because there's no reason to watch them.
Although, yeah, so 1 came out earlier this year, so in 3D.
True.
So 2 and 3 will be out September 20th, 2013, and October 11th, 2013, respectively. So get your pocketbooks ready.
Yeah. The only reason why I would take it is the only reason why I would go is to take my kids to see it, to say, hey, we watched a Star Wars actual episode in the theater. I remember when I was a kid and it came, well, not when it came out, but because I think that was the year I was actually born. But I remember all the times that I've ever gone to a movie theater when I was a kid because it was so epic, and I wish that I'd seen an episode of Star Wars on the big screen as a kid.
Yeah, those are fine. I mean, John and I went to go see the re-releases in the theater.
Yeah.
So that was
but what we didn't realize was those are the ones that he had edited.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we did realize it, but we didn't think about it at the time.
It wasn't as edited as they did it again when they came out on DVD. They didn't make Han shoot first.
Yes, they did.
Or Han shot first in the ones that we saw in the theaters.
No. I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah. No, he didn't. Because when he re-released it, he was when they put it back in the theaters, that was the whole thing. He put on all the deleted scenes and the things that he wanted to change around. And one of them was Han. He didn't want Han to shoot first.
Really? Even in the ones that we saw? In like the 90s?
Wow.
I thought they changed it recently.
Deep down, he was a good scoundrel.
Give me
Yeah. He needed to shoot first. It was
a
his
break.
job.
He was a pirate. Yeah, it's the whole point. He's supposed to be a bad guy who gets turned over to be a good guy.
Because of a girl.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He has a kid. But anyway, all right. So on to some television news. The show that Joss Whedon will, the Avengers-related show that Joss Whedon will be developing is entitled S.H.I.E.L.D.
I fell and I became pregnant.
What did you say? Oh God.
What was that?
Amy, what did you say?
I didn't say anything. I just went. I
Oh,
think
okay.
Skype is trolling us right now.
Yeah, Skype is trolling us for sure. It's like video and sound are a little off right now.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, you guys, you're saying one thing and your lips are saying something else.
Yeah. Well, we're not saying anything at all. And we're saying
Or they're just staring off into.
Anyway, when I first scrolled through the screen show notes and I saw this, I immediately thought, well, they're making another pilot for the S.H.I.E.L.D.
Michael Chiklis is
I was like,
back?
they already had that show.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
kept
that's
thinking.
what I was thinking too. And then I saw Avengers. Went, they're gonna change it from the Avengers to Shield.
Yeah. So the difference between that one is the Shield, and then this one is Shield, and it's got the the acronym,
Yep,
Yeah,
it's all acronymish.
yeah. So
Unless Samuel L. Jackson and Kobe Smulders and Jeremy Renner are in it, it can't work.
yeah,
It can't. Because those are the people from the movie that everyone sees. I'm sorry. Scarlett Johansson also. Those are the people from the movie that people say, oh, they're from S.H.I.E.L.D. They should be in this movie. This movie's gonna be about them. And if they're not, then what's the draw? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But,
Everyone's basically gonna be a red shirt.
yeah.
You know what I
Apparently, the show has been in development for a long time, and then
Oh, so it's gonna be a TV series or not a movie?
no, it's a
Right.
TV series on ABC. Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, that's why I was like going, is it a movie or is it? That's where I was getting lost. Going, okay, they're recalling the Avengers Shield or what? I don't get it.
Yeah, yeah. So the series apparently has been in works for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And they finally announced that, they said, hey, Joss Whedon, you did such a fantastic job on the Avengers. Why don't you make a show? And he's like, yeah, okay, sure, why not? You're going to pay me lots of money, and I can be on ABC instead of Fox, which I hate. But anyway, so he will be that. This is apparently not the only show that will be on ABC in terms of Marvel related. Apparently, they're going to make a couple of other projects, including Hulk. So.
Because the last one that they had on there that had a family of heroes did so well.
That one
was gonna
coincidentally had Michael Chiklis.
Yeah.
That's so coincidental. What? Yeah, but yes, you're right.
It's
No
not
ordinary
that
family.
coincidental. I was like, I loved that show, and they canceled it. And I thought, well,
'Cause nobody watched it.
yeah, well, that's the thing is that it was kind of cool. I kind of liked it. I liked what they were doing with it, but at the same time, I'm like, they were all new heroes, and it was their new thing, and it was. Let's see, no, I take that back. Maybe it was on NBC. No, CBS. I don't remember what channel
It
it
was on
on.
ABC.
Was it on
It was
ABC?
Yep.
I thought that maybe they were trying to get off the bootstraps of heroes, because they did their own cast and stuff like that. I'm not against this, but at the same time, I'm worried that it'll be one of those things where it'll be really well done, and ABC will go, well, it's kind of not what we thought it was going to be, and we're going to end it after a season. That's the thing that I'm like, I don't know if they'll keep this on. And you're right, if they don't have people that are going to draw if they don't have like the same people in the movies that are going to keep up
people that are recognizable.
Yeah, then they're probably there'll be a few people that'll watch at the very beginning, but I'm worried that it won't keep the draw, and that it'll, like I said, again, we'll have a great one season, and then it'll get off the air, and we're like, oh, okay.
I wouldn't even count on the season. because right now the only thing that's been announced is a pilot.
Yeah.
So I mean, so many pilots get shot and never see the light of day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But I mean, Disney wants it,
in minute.
and Marvel's a
Oh,
very
well,
big property. So
If Disney is throwing their weight around, at least it'll get we'll get at least a pilot.
yeah, I
Disney
mean, it
owns
got picked
both
up. For
ABC and Marvel, but that doesn't mean that it's a good idea.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're right. That's true. But speaking of, you said a pilot might never see the light of day. Oh my God, a
Michael
Michael
J. Fox.
J. Fox television show, even before a pilot was shot, has already been ordered for a full 22 episodes.
Wow.
So nobody else is on this show yet, except
Michael J. Fox.
And it's
Speaking of shows that just got picked up for an amazing amount of episodes, not to skip ahead or change the subject or anything, I just heard today that Charlie Sheen's show Anger Management on FX got picked up for 90 more episodes.
How's that possible?
Wow.
The show can't be remotely that great.
Yeah, but he's Charlie Sheen.
On the cable show, that's like, what's that,
That's
like
forever.
4 years?
Isn't he the guy that says he's got tigers and his dragons in his blood or something
Tiger
like that?
blood, yeah.
Some weird stuff.
Tiger blood.
90 episodes, I heard.
How's that
Tiger
possible?
blood.
You're right.
If you go off the deep end, they'll give you 90 episodes too.
Apparently, I need to be. I mean, the next story that we're talking about is that the Jersey Shore is finally ending, and all the big like namers, I guess, like The Situation and whatever, all the other guys, getting paid $2 million for every episode that they're showing, which is as much as the adult actors in Modern Family are getting paid.
Ouch.
So I have to do a lot of drugs, and then B, be really, really stupid, and then I will make a ton of money for the rest of my life.
There's no guarantee, but I mean, you got to figure it's probably still with everybody from the Jersey Shore making that much money, it's got to still be cheaper per episode than Modern Family.
That's true, but
because there's no script, there's no nothing that goes into the development.
But still, $2 million for talented actors who make a really funny
I'm not
show
saying it's
versus...
warranted, but people are watching it.
Stupid. But yes, you're right. Yesterday, August 29, 2012, it was announced that the show would be picked up for 90 episodes. How's that? What? How's that possible? So that's 100.
What did I hear? That'll put it in syndication.
Yeah, that's 100 episodes. So that's syndication, right?
Yeah.
But that's 7 more seasons or 8 more seasons.
Yeah, because it's only 13 episodes.
Yeah. And FX likes to do those. I'm going to order 22 episodes and then split them in 2 or something kind of thing.
Not always.
Sometimes, most of the time.
No, but AMC likes to do that. FX doesn't do that.
FX did that with Rescue Me and The S.H.I.E.L.D. and Nip Tuck. Do I need to go on?
Please, keep going.
I can't think of any more shows.
I didn't think so.
Well, just to comment real quick on the Michael J. Fox now. I mean, we're going back a little bit because we didn't. I was just going to say, him coming back, I'm not against it, but at the same time, I'm like, when 22 episodes, that's a lot of work. Is he going to be able to do it? I guess is my thing. I mean, right now he should know what he can and can't do, but just I'm a little cautious going. I hope he's ready because if he's still facing challenges and whatnot, I'd be completely cool with a show like that. But I hope that there's not any
Yeah, I think what's right now they're obviously developing it now, and they already have an idea. They just need to cast and stuff, so maybe they're just going to take a little longer for him.
I mean, this does say it features Fox's husband and a father of 3 from New York City dealing with family, career, and challenges, including Parkinson's, all loosely drawn from Fox's real life.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, it's not like he hasn't acted while dealing with the Parkinson's before.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, but full commitment is
getting him back into the TV realm. It's a lot of work. in addition to what he's
Right.
still working with. So
It's 22 episodes, but on the other hand, it's only 22 episodes. It's not like there's, more
True.
than one season guaranteed or anything like that, or that he's even signed on for more than one season.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, obviously that's a goal, but if he knows the risks.
oh,
So
I'm
if
sure.
he-
I'm
you
sure.
know, if
I'm
he-
sure he
If
and
the
his
show
wife.
does well, they're not
did.
going to say, okay, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it.
Yeah. I guess
Okay.
my thing is that if it's really good and it's too much, it'll be sad to see them put so much into it only to turn around and only have it for a season and that'll be it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I understand. All right. Well, now I guess it is time for the topic. And we kind of found, Amy dug up a nice little site that talked about all the upcoming movie sequels between now and 2014. And a lot of them are kind of like, a lot of
Really?
them are stupid. Like, I mean,
A lot of them are why?
we could just run down a list really quick. Starting with Avatar, anything.
Avatar anything.
And Avatar anything. I mean, they're gonna make
Maybe
a
it's a
trilogy out of
reboot.
it. They're trying to make it. What's that?
Is it a reboot?
Yeah. I hope it's a reboot and it's actually like they just steal Pocahontas completely. So instead of, I mean, they already
I don't
stole
understand.
Pocahontas.
We'll
So
see that the main character's name is John Smith, and we'll be like, oh, it's all down here from here.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
all downhill from here. Blah
yeah.
blah.
And the blue
What
people
are you talking about? You're talking about that Avatar.
No. We're not talking about the last.
I thought that you were
Airbender.
talking about the last
No,
Airbender thing.
No, I don't. Oh
No,
my
I think
God.
it would be called The Last Airbender
Two.
if they were. Yeah.
Unfortunately, thankfully they're not going to make another one of those because that was just stupid.
Because the
But
first one
anyway.
flopped so bad, and it was so
God,
yeah.
that's so terrible. But so James Cameron's Avatar 2. Sorry. They're also going.
He
Or-
made an announcement that was his life for the next 6 years, is making the Avatar
Yeah.
sequels.
Well, I mean, he made all. Well, we all know that the amount of money that James Cameron makes of his movies, he just puts it back and goes back to the Titanic. Essentially, what he does. What, he built like a capsule or something like that with all the money that he made, and he did a deep dive to Titanic. So.
Oh, geez. I clicked on the link, and it says Sigourney Weaver back for Avatar 2 despite being dead. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. She's
I'm
the
like
ghost.
going,
Spoiler
Right.
alert!
She's
haven't
the
seen it
ghost of Avatar Past.
if you haven't seen Avatar already, then you deserve to be spoiled.
You don't deserve. You actually, if you haven't seen Avatar already, good for you. You should never see it. Just stay
Everyone
away.
else said, "Go see it, go see it, go see it," and Peter was like, "It's not worth it."
Oh,
So I haven't
not
seen it.
even that. It's going to have a 3 as well. The next article
Yeah.
below that
Yeah.
says Avatar 2 and 3
thinking,
for
yeah.
2014 and 2015
They're gonna
release. I'm
shoot
going,
it back to back, most likely.
He also probably
oh.
said he was going to do I think he's like in the announcement that I heard, he said, "I'm going to do Avatar 2, Avatar 3, Avatar 4, Avatar 5,"
And Titanic 6.
and then they cut him off.
Because the world would have
Good
ended
for
by then.
them for cutting him off.
Yeah.
Hey, as it is, we're going to get Transformers 4, so hey, it's just kind of the thing to do. Pick
Right.
your flavor, your movie, and then they're going to give a bazillion different versions of it.
Yeah. So we were thinking of some unnecessary sequels, and just from this list, I can tell you a couple, like Beetlejuice 2, Bill and Ted
Yeah.
3,
Blade Runner 2, do we
Blade
need
Runner
another?
2. Yeah, absolutely, we absolutely do not need Blade Runner 2.
You know that they're not going to do it right, or they're going to have some weird thing to it, and it won't be the same.
Here's the problem with the Blade Runner 2 is that the first thing they'll do is answer a answer the question of whether or not Deckard is a android.
Replicate, replicate.
And the whole point of the first movie is that you don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think Blade Runner 2 will be the same idea as Inception 2, where it'll last only 10 minutes, and it'll opening credits, answer the question that you're looking for, and then it ends. And that's it.
Great.
They're not really doing an Inception 2, right?
I certainly hope not. That would be
Well,
awesome,
it's not
though,
on
right?
this list for the
Incep-
next 2 years, so there you
Inception
go.
2 opens, and then you see whether or not it falls or not, and then the movie ends.
Yeah, there you go.
Terminator 5.
That's
Twin-
expected.
Twins 2.
Please, no more.
I did hear that.
Sweet.
I did hear
sweet,
Twins 2.
sweet. No, thank God. No, no, no. Oh, how about this
Fast
one?
and Furious number 6.
Yeah, Fast and the Furious number 6. I mean, Fast and the Furious number 5 was entertaining.
That's not surprising.
Yeah, it's not surprising. It made a lot of cash. And then of course, Triple X, The Return of Xander Cage.
I wouldn't mind to see that, but the first one was, come on.
Where
You
did it
always
go?
need a sequel.
The second one was Ice-T, remember?
Oh, how could I forget?
Of course you. Yeah.
And those movies I never saw.
Triple X, and then I just clicked on the link. This is moviemoron.com, and it's Triple X 3 loses director of Triple X. So that means the reason that they made Triple X was because it was the director of Fast and the Furious, I believe. I think it was Fast and the Furious. Dropped out, and then Vin Diesel's like, I'm not gonna do a movie without him. And then they're like, let's make Triple X. And they're like, okay. So then they decided to make Triple X 2 with Ice-T.
Is this not... Oh, so this is not Triple X 2. I'm sorry, I missed that one. I didn't even realize they had a 2.
Yeah, there was Triple X 2 with State of the Union or something like that. Something like that.
Okay.
We move on from Triple X.
We have to?
They stink.
Yeah.
I assume.
It's just Vin Diesel just being a badass and having no
Vin Diesel
reason other
being
than the fact that I don't know why they you know what, don't call it Triple X, just call it Vin Diesel.
I know. Vin Diesel's he's old now. He's like, he's
True,
no longer
but he's
as
got
jacked as
he's
he used to be. He's
buff and he's got that nice sexy bald head, so everybody
Yes. All right, now we can
All right.
now we can
Triple X.
move on to the next topic.
Now we can move away. So
Okay.
after we've run through these stupid
The
movies
ring,
that
yeah.
don't deserve sequels or trilogies, we decided to kind of go into our own personal lists to see which sequels that we thought were good, that were necessary, or lame and or stupid. So
Yeah, the ones that were like, why did you have a second one? The first one was fine without it.
right.
But thumbs down.
But
Thumbs up for the first one, thumbs down for everyone after it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I got news. Let me just throw it out there right away.
Okay.
There's no movie that's not true. There's not a lot of movies that have 2 and 3 parts need 2 and 3 parts. If there's a movie that's based off of source material, and the source material is 2 and 3 and 4 parts, that's different. But for a movie like, off the top of my head, Indiana Jones, each of those movies is an individual story. So the
That's
first
true.
one comes out, Raiders of the Lost Ark, is a complete story.
It wraps up at the end. That's right.
Wraps up at the end. There's not necessarily a need for that story to continue, right? So
Right.
what I'm saying is that there's no need to see more Adventures of Indiana Jones. It's not like the first movie ended with a cliffhanger or wasn't a complete story. So, I mean, there's a lot of movies that are like that where, look, Indiana Jones worked. Everyone wanted to see more adventures of this guy and, like, what else he did. But, like, for other movies like Pirates of the Caribbean, the first movie was a complete story, beginning, middle, end. And it, you didn't need to see more adventures. And then
they decided to do number 2, and that turned it into another adventure.
Right. And, I mean, they're making money. That's the reason that these movies are being made, because they're making money. But the second one kind of fell on its face a little bit, and the third one I don't think a lot of people liked, but they still made a lot of money.
They wrapped it up because they had started stuff in the second one that had to be finished out. Like,
Right.
you get Jack Sparrow, who was
But
a
then-
big character, in the end is stuck in a different place than what he should be, and,
But then even at the end of the third movie, everything was wrapped up, and they didn't need to tell another one.
Yeah, but then we got number 4,
But then
which
they
wasn't
got
even with the same characters. It was with only Jack. Jack is
Right.
the new one, but that's it. I mean, we got some of the pirates that were from, the familiar faces and whatnot, but they were sub-characters that we're not, like, really in love with. But
Right.
yeah, you're right. I didn't like the last one because I thought, well, it's not the same thing. It's.
Look, I love all the Back to the Future movies, but the second and third ones weren't as good as the first one.
Yeah.
And they kind of like threw that part at the end together, just so they can make more movies at the end of the first one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they didn't need to be a Back to the Future Part 2 and Part 3. Especially when the whole thing is time traveling, and it's like, oh, you've got to come with me to the future because your kid turns out to be a jerk. And it's like, okay, well, I'll just grow my kids up to not be a jerk. You say that you solve the problem.
It's your kids, Arnie.
Right.
It's your kids. Something's got to be done about your kids. Marty. Or not Arnie. Marty.
I was like, Ernie?
Sorry. Marty.
No.
Marty. It's your
But you
kids.
know, like in the Back to the Future Part 2, they made fun of sequels that were totally unnecessary. They show the outside of a movie theater, and they show Jaws 18, I think it was.
Yeah.
It's like, clearly that's making fun of movies. I mean, obviously,
Oh, yeah.
it's a Spielberg-produced movie, but and Steven Spielberg directed Jaws. So,
I noticed
every Jaws movie is
after
stupid.
4 we didn't get any more.
I
We haven't had a 5.
don't think they were called like Jaws. I think it was like Jaws the Revenge, and
I thought you said The Revenge of Jaws, The Revenge. And I was like,
Yeah.
what? Does
um.
that mean it's no longer The Revenge at all? Like, just swimming around for like 3 hours. But yeah, so do you have like a... So there's
an
a
actual
couple, like,
list.
do you have like a list of like, some things that you think are definitely unnecessary?
I don't have a physical list, but
What can you think of?
let me tell you one thing. There's going to be a movie coming out called The Girl Who Played with Fire. I can tell you right now it's unnecessary.
You mean the girl with the dragon tattoo
Yes.
series? Okay,
I've
yeah,
read-
yeah. That's coming out in 2014, yeah.
Yes, I've read the books, and the second and third are totally unnecessary to the plot of this movie and the first one.
Right, yeah.
So, I mean, obviously it hasn't come out yet, but I don't know. Look, my usual rule is anytime that there's a number involved with the title of the sequel, it's probably not going to be as good. That was kind of thrown away with the Iron Man series.
Yeah. Or a good one would be The Sandlot 2. Which
Yes.
is essentially a complete remake of Sandlot.
I don't count direct-to-DVD movies as sequels.
I don't think... Was The Sandlot 2 direct-to-DVD?
Was it direct? Okay. Maybe it was.
I don't remember if it was. Was it?
Okay.
I
All right,
don't
here's a
remember
good one. I'm going to throw this one out because I saw it on the list and went, absolutely. Gremlins 2. That was in the movie theater.
Yeah, I don't think I ever saw that.
Yeah,
How?
be glad
Why?
that you didn't. The first one was great. The second one was, really?
How could you not have seen that, John? I thought you were a completist of terrible...
It's like those creepy, okay, when I was a kid, we had, cable TV where I, saw USA and stuff like that. You have, the Piranha 1, Piranha 2, Piranha 3, where they keep on coming back. Those,
3 Double D.
yeah, they're
Piranha
almost
2,
like
directed by
movies,
James
but they're
Cameron.
No,
they
it wasn't.
keep on
Get out of
coming
here.
Alligator
it up.
2, Leprechaun 2, all those things. They show these movies late at night. And I'm like,
Child's
if
Play.
I watch a movie and I go to see the sequel and I get the feeling that I'm watching one of those late night USA, pick your weird, crazy ending, whatever, your bad guy or your protagonist, whatever, antagonist that's in there. That
Sci-fi
happens.
movie.
Yeah, if it ends up
Sci-fi
being
channel.
one of those, if I come out getting that vibe that it's less than what it should be, and it's almost to the point where it's comical, that's an unnecessary sequel to me. And that's why Gremlins 2 falls on that list, is because it's completely unnecessary. I mean, sure, it had its moments where it was funny, but it was unnecessary.
If there's a sequel that's done well, and by done well I mean follows the rules that are set in the first movie, as far as, this is what this character does, this is what this character knows, these are this character's, friendships, and, that for a fact.
Oh, this is why Indiana Jones is a good sequel, except the fourth one.
I don't have a big problem with Indiana Jones 4.
Other than the ending.
It was a little too out there.
The rest was fun.
Too out there. The rest of it was fine. Just the ending, the last, 10 minutes was just a little too weird for me.
Here's my biggest argument against that. Aliens are unacceptable.
Whoa,
but
spoiler alert.
Ghosts
spoiler.
Whoa.
coming out of the Ark of the Covenant and melting people's faces is totally acceptable.
That totally makes sense. Absolutely.
Well, it's more of a historical item. We can't actually prove that aliens have ever historically visited the planet.
I don't think we can historically say that ghosts eat people's faces either.
No,
But
but
you can't historically prove any of the biblical stories either.
The golden chalice.
Bible. It's a historical document to some people.
I know, but I don't know. The pyramids in
It's a book that's been around for
South
a very
America.
long time. So even if it's just all made up, still, it's a historical book because it's been around for so long.
I think that the biggest problem that people have with the second and the fourth movies are that they are not Christian centric.
I didn't have a problem with the second one.
A lot of people did.
It was really
a lot
weird,
of people said
but-
it was the worst of the trilogy.
What was the
Oh,
second
wow.
one? The ghost eating the people's faces?
That's the first one.
What was the second one?
The second one is the Temple of Doom.
The Temple of Doom, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where
In
he
Indy.
pulls the heart out and it's all... Sorry.
And like the second one is all based on the Hindu culture, and the fourth one is all based on the Incan culture.
The Incans,
or whatever.
the Mayans.
Yeah.
and all that. Yeah.
Maya.
I mean,
So it's all
Yeah.
just different historical elements. It's just not the history that.
I thought they were all fine.
What
I
people are-
I just thought the fourth ended. I don't think it had anything to do with aliens that I was upset about. I think it had just to do with the way it ended. Like it wasn't it could have been executed better. I guess is what I was upset about. But other than that, I think it was a good movie. What other ones? I think Hot Shots 2 probably didn't need to be made.
Oh, for God's sake! It's a spoof movie.
I saw the first one and I thought it was a really good movie, and then the second one was just pretty terrible. Or how about?
But the whole point of Hot Shots 2 is making fun of sequels and how ridiculous they
It
are.
was so terrible. It was like Scary Movie 3, 4, and 5. They were just all terrible. Like 2 was funny. 'Cause that was the one in the mansion, right? That was good. And then 3, 4, and 5 was just like, oh.
I'm not even sure if I've even seen Hot Shots, to be honest.
The first one is good. I'm not going to say that second one is a good movie, but that's a different genre. Like it's like saying Airplane 2 is stupid because it doesn't make any sense because they traveled to the moon.
That sounds terrible. I don't think that makes any sense at all.
Exactly. It's a movie that's making fun of movies. You can't. I don't think that counts.
Yeah,
No, I mean-
none of those got on my list because I thought, they are trying to make fun of movies that continually do that
But
over and over and over again. So
But I mean, Jurassic Park 3. That was.
I agree with that one.
I'll take myself out of this story because I really like all the Jurassic Park movies.
Do you like the third one?
The
have a
third
problem
one
with it.
just felt a little like they were really trying hard to just ride the same wave that they started before. Plus the fact that the books had some flaws in it to begin with, as in like one book, a main character dies, the next book, oh, he's suddenly back. Of course, they didn't do that in the movie. They just kind of made up their own thing with the movies.
Well, yeah, and at the end of the first book, the old man dies.
But
I
then
never
if you
read-
read
I
the
never-
second book,
I
then
never
he's
read the
back.
second one. Oh.
I read the second book, and he was back. They said how they air vacked him off, and he recovered or whatever. And it just so when I saw the movies, and of course they didn't kill him off in the movies, so they could easily use it. But still, it was just like there was such a debacle in the original storyline that it kind of took away from me being able to see it.
Right.
But at the same time, if go back to it's just like, oh, we're going to go back to the characters that were there before and
Yeah.
Give them a reason
It's
to
only-
go back to this island when they're continually saying maybe we should have gone back to the island, and it's just
Maybe you should just blow it up. Just let it be done.
they did in the book. They dropped all these bombs and killed all of the dinosaurs.
Oh my god, why would you kill the dinosaurs?
Because
You're doing something wrong.
that was the whole point of the first movie: is why did we create these things? Because we're stupid.
Right.
Because we're
Oh my
dumb.
god, why do they create these things? These things are savages. All they do is eat.
They ruled the earth and killed everything, and we want them on it now with all the people that are here. Not a good idea. Somebody didn't give them the memo.
Especially this Tyrannosaurus Rex. God.
I have a problem with most horror movie sequels.
Yeah, I have to agree with that too, because it's like, did you not see what happened to the last people that were here? Did you not learn from their lessons? Did you have to
With the-
repeat it again and again
Right.
and again and again?
With the
Yeah.
exception of Halloween 2, I thought that was necessary. It was necessary and it wasn't. I thought it was a pretty good movie. But, like, Nightmare on Elm Street is like, okay, I mean, we get it. He goes to people's dreams and kills them, and there's going to be one person left alive, and they're going to fight him back and, figure out how to kill him.
And then that person doesn't die, and then the next sequel comes along, and they have to do it all again. But it's like he's the only person, he or she, that didn't die in the last film, is the only person that can help save everybody that might die in this one. And then they survive again and to do it again. I completely agree with that, yeah.
But, even the Friday the 13th movies, they don't make
This
any
includes
sense.
Final Destination as well, sorry. Where it's,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
But the Friday the 13th series with Jason Voorhees and Camp whatever it is, they don't make any sense because the killer in the first movie is Jason's mom, but in the killer in 2, 3, 4 to Infinity is Jason, and the whole point of the first movie is horror movie sequels are stupid.
Yeah,
Well-
I guess they are, right? I mean, I guess they are.
I mean, look, I enjoyed all the 3 Bourne movies. The Bourne Identity, the Bourne Supremacy, and the Bourne Ultimatum.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily think that the second 2, even though there's source material that they're based on, I don't think it necessarily needed to be made.
Yeah.
It actually doesn't. That they just made those up. The second
They
book,
don't follow the books.
yeah, no, oh no, the first one doesn't follow the book at all either. There's like,
Yeah,
all they
I
did was
started
took-
reading it, and they
Yeah.
did change quite a bit of the source material.
yeah, they completely took out a major villain from the book. The
But the
wife
way- I
never
mean-
dies.
And the way it started, it was completely different too,
Yeah.
because he wakes up on a boat.
The other one they just found him, right? In the books
I
they
think
just
so.
found him.
Well, he woke up on a boat in the first one. He
Did he?
was
Okay.
unconscious in the
Yeah.
water.
Not in the
But-
book though. In the book they didn't find him in the water. They just found him. Like it wasn't. It had
It's on
that
the-
assassination plot had nothing to do with the book.
Oh,
There was,
I need to go back and read it.
it'd be
And I
like-
did start reading it.
Yeah, in the books, it was him and another guy who were both like assassins, and then that guy was kind of like a mercenary assassin, and his job was to take him down. But then it kind of like he forgot, and then spiraled around and things like that. So
right.
Yeah.
But the way that the movies were laid out, it seemed like they didn't necessarily need to do 2 and 3. I thought that 1 was good enough on its own. Kind of told the whole story. Told the whole story for me. And then, the Bourne movie is complicated enough on its own.
Yeah.
Then when you add more layers of complications, like who's in charge now and who's in charge now and who knows what, and
Then
whatever.
it ends up being
it's
the government is being irresponsible because they keep on putting idiots in charge of this project.
which is the mismatch. Like when you're watching a movie, it's like a mismatch of like I don't understand what's going on because there's too many characters from the
Yeah.
first movie to now.
Yeah,
Alright.
because I thought that at this point that they probably killed off all the people that were in charge or had anything to do with it. So why are we still having problems
why-
with this?
that's why Bourne Legacy takes place at the same
Right.
timeline as the second and the third movies.
Oh, so that's what happens in that.
Yeah. So it's
Spoilers.
interesting. Yeah, I know.
Oops.
No, it's not a spoiler. They actually play it out like that.
They
So
didn't
surprisingly not.
advertise it enough like that, but
They
like
should have.
well,
Yeah,
when
they
you see
should
the
have because it.
trailers, when you see the trailers, you're like, but wait, that guy's in jail.
Yeah, that guy's in jail. What is going on?
And you realize it's like, okay, it has to be happening at the same time. But what are more movies on your guys' lists?
I put some actual animated ones on there because I watch a lot of those.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
let us know
Like
which ones
kids'
do you.
movies?
I thought the first Shrek was great. Everyone after that, I feel like really, I just feel like they just keep on going with the same old, same old, same old. And I actually kind of feel like it continues to get even more and more inappropriate for the age group that they're gearing it toward. So I haven't been very a fan of that. The Ice Age, again, another one. I really like the first one, and they just it's like it's like, oh, we did great on this, so we're gonna come back for a sequel. Because like, look, rated G movies sell a lot, and they
Sure.
do great because they are family movies. So it does not it's one of those things where it's like the only reason why I would say I don't want the sequel is because the sequel usually is never written as well as the first one, except when you're a Pixar movie. Except
Except Cars
I
2.
was very happy with Cars 2. I thought they were crap. I thought it just did not work the same way. I didn't like the message. I was actually very irritated when I turned that one off. I went, that's what they did with my Cars movie? Not a good idea. I'm kind of like this about Monsters 2. We'll see. Monsters Inc. I don't know. I'm really, really worried because I did not enjoy Cars 2. Up until Cars 2, though, every single thing that Pixar did was a complete and total hit for me.
Right.
I loved Toy Story. I loved Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 3. I thought they were great.
Toy Story 2 for me was like, okay. I get it. The characters are popular, but
I mean, I don't think they need to have another one, but, I'd be fine if they just stopped now. Especially after Cars 2, I'm like, you know what? We maybe need to stop.
Yeah.
And I also put Madagascar on here as well.
That's up to 6 now, I think.
Huh?
Can I say that Madagascar 1 was unnecessary?
I don't think it was necessary either, but,
Okay,
it was the lemurs that sold it for me.
Yeah.
They don't need to have a movie for that. Just make a TV show. It'd be great.
I think for us to finally to like kind of I think all of the vampire sequels.
You mean Twilight? Abso-freaking-lute.
Twilight, Underworld, 2, Rise
Yes.
of the Lycans, 3, Blade 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All those stupid Daywalker movies. I mean, I think that needs to stop.
It does. And Resident Evil.
Resident
needs
Evil.
to die.
John will defend that, but
I won't defend it. I'm not saying they're good movies. I'm just going to keep watching them.
you're not gonna pay to go see this one, are you?
No.
It's up
I haven't paid to see any of them.
I went and I did rent those because I heard a couple of people that I knew that actually liked the game and they said, no, get rid of the movies. And I thought, okay, are they really that bad? The first one, not so much. I guess it was okay. But really, I did, after watching it, go, okay, you're right. This is just, they're not learning their lesson. They keep on doing weird stuff with this. Let's just end already. But then they came out with another one. I went, okay, I understand the ire of this now. Yes, Resident Evil needs to end.
Yeah. All right. Well, there we go. That will be the final end. So don't go see Resident Evil.
Yeah,
Let it die.
don't. Let's go play the game and be happy
Is
with
that
that.
Is that wrong? I don't know. If it's wrong, I don't want to be right.
We get hate mail. Send it to Amy at ScreenView.com.
ScreenView.com. That doesn't exist, Amy.
Okay, that's the whole point.
We're not for
ScreenView.
profit. It's ScreenView.net.
Yeah, ScreenView.net. Yeah. Definitely let us know what kind of unnecessary sequels that you think are necessary. Did I say
Amy
that?
ScreenView at
Unnecessary sequels are necessary.
Yeah, unnecessary sequels that are necessary. I did say that. It's been a
Yes.
long day. But anyway, let us know on our brand new Facebook page, facebook.com/ScreenViewShow,
Now we're
or
gonna
on
get
our Twitter
there.
page. What?
Now we're gonna get the hate mail there because
Yeah,
all right.
We can always delete it.
You know, you didn't give us a good comment. Delete.
Yeah,
You didn't
exactly.
give us.
Exactly. Be warned. Amy will delete every single bad comment.
No, I won't. I'll leave it up there. Proof that I need to be off the podcast.
And yeah, let us know on Twitter at ScreenView Show and on tfradio.net/ScreenView. So for this week, that is it for now. For Amy Morgan, John Denny, and I'm Peter Van. We will see you guys next time.
All right.
You've been listening to ScreenView. ScreenView is a radio-free Cybertron production. Visit us at tfradio.net for show notes and to subscribe to the podcast. Follow us on Twitter at tfradio for news and updates. Watch our live stream at tfradio.net/live. Join our Facebook fan page at facebook.com/tfradio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, TF Radio Network. Have a question or comment? Leave it on our Facebook fan page or mail it to contact@tfradio.net. Copyright 2011 Radio Free Cybertron.